Hello everyone, this is Jenny Yetto from the Pixie Post, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Feel free to stay for a little bit, and I hope you find this video content interesting. Just a full disclaimer, my cat Timmy is kind of going nuts right now. The energies have been very, very intense the past couple of days with everything going on. And he has been really acting strange. He starts zipping around the house. He starts meowing at weird times. As you all know, there's that cat he doesn't like in the neighborhood. He'll start doing weird meows when he's around. But he's even doing that now, even without this cat being around. So he's sensing something. And you know how cats are very intuitive with different energies, even ones we can't pick up on. So I have a feeling something's going on behind the veil, so to speak. So bear with me if he starts zipping around and starts meowing. It's just real life, you know how that goes. But anyway, I am going to do our weekly oracle card reading for November 12th. And it's a full moon in Taurus today. So obviously this will qualify as my moonology card reading as well. And we're just coming out of November 11th. Oh, wow, what a day. It's a highly vibrational day, and it's amazing. It gives you a shift in your life, um, the ability to make changes that are necessary, to let go of old energy as we always do. But everything's that much more focused and intense. Now that we're going into full moon in Taurus, this allows us to be able to move forward, to finalize some of the healing that we've been doing on ourselves. Because shadow work is always continuous. And if some of you who don't know what shadow work is, it's just meaning working on parts of ourselves that we've kind of neglected or pushed to the back burner, maybe out of fear or out of resentment, unable to forgive others or yourself for whatever things you've been through. And now is the time to be able to dive deep into that and really, really work on ourselves. Now, this is not going to happen overnight. And when we transmute some energy to do this, that is a beautiful thing in the long run. The result is a beautiful thing because then we can hold our heads a little higher, know that we've grown from this, learn the lessons that we needed to learn, and move forward into our true path. And until the next thing happens, there's always work to do. But right now is a very clear time to be able to focus and do this. And it's also a chance to dive into something new in your life. Changes are happening very quickly, and now is the time to be able to work on your dreams, work on your goals, treat yourself, acknowledge all the progress you've made. That's equally as important as for working hard and going for your goals and learning the lessons. It's very important to acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small they are. Always give yourself this respect and the acknowledgement that you have done the work, you have made it this far, and you're so much better than you were even a year ago. So give yourself that credit. It is okay to do that. It's not selfish to do that. It's actually selfless, because the more you love yourself and the more you grow from your past experiences and learn to open that heart space, the more you can do more service for others. And that's very, very important. It's a lesson we're all learning in our own way, and some more than others. But whatever it is, know that you're supported and know that you're going to keep moving forward. Just always be true to yourself. That's a big, big message that's coming through right now. So, as usual, I'm going to elaborate a little bit on the reading with my Moonology Oracle card deck by Yasmin Boland. As always, I love this deck. I say that every single time I use this deck. Of course, you would be a little worried if I didn't. So, I'm going to do my 3 cards and a brief, not description, but reading on whatever the card messages bring in. So, and then it'll give us a little bit more focus on what we have to work on in the next few weeks. So as I shuffle the cards, what I'm also doing is I clear the energy on these cards. I have a really nice candle lit here. See? How pretty. Don't worry, I won't drop it. And then I just pass it over, and the flame, that energy clears the deck. And it doesn't have to be a whole elaborate thing. Some people have more specific rituals or ways to go about it. I just do it the simple way because I'm just a simple person. Yeah, what you see is what you get, basically. And then I just shuffle a few more times until I feel it's right. Okay, that's good. All right, we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay. All right. Well, it's interesting. All the colors are purple. And purple has been a color that's been dominating a lot of things I've been seeing lately. So I know that means something. So if you're a viewer and know about colors as far as meanings, more so than just the generic meanings of them, put a comment below. I would really like to hear your take on what purple might signify in this time period, in this full moon and 11/11 energy. Didn't I tell you? Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause this because my cat started going nuts. So I'm burning some citrus and sage incense because he's sensing something, and I don't feel anything right now. Just I do feel an energy, but nothing, bad. But usually when I burn incense like that, he'll calm down. So we'll see. Anyway, back to the reading. The first card is a new start is coming. New moon, which is actually interesting because we're in the full moon. This is self-explanatory. As I've been mentioning, we've been really working through the hard things in our lives, the hard experiences that we had to come to face with. We've had a real deep fear of facing these situations, but we've really been plowing through and really getting to the root of some of the problems that we've been facing. Now, this is allowing new energy to come in, especially since 11/11 just occurred, and that's when high energy portals open up for new opportunities, growth, new beginnings, even a new path. If you find that you're going one direction, you decide to take another direction, that will open all types of new doors for you. And this can be in the form of a job, it can be in the form of a romantic relationship, a vacation to somewhere that you've never been to, or even trying a new skill, setting new goals, or just changing your perspective on the outside world. Because when you do work on yourself, your whole outer reality changes. Because whatever triggers us from the outside always starts within. And I've noticed that in my own experience, things I've been transmuting, and I'm coming to the end of some of them, which is so uplifting because the load seems lighter because I'm not carrying all of that. And I've noticed that it's allowing new energy to come in, and new opportunities are starting to appear. I'm actually starting a couple new projects that have been in full gear lately. So it's really interesting. I've been experiencing it for myself. So some of you might be experiencing similar things like I am. Some of you might look at things from a different perspective. You might notice a person that you always viewed as negative or as um, maybe their reality doesn't really mirror yours. But then you'll start noticing that you'll have more in common than you realize because you'll take that moment to stop and really look at them for who they are. Now, this could also mean old relationships that you already have might fall away. And it can be alarming to some people because sometimes these changes are very sudden and you feel like the universe is against you. And unfortunately, that's a human thing to feel. That's a real thing to feel. And don't feel bad because I've been there myself. I'm human like all of you. But the thing is not to stay in that attitude, not to stay in that perspective. Just trust. Know that these things are happening for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. Everything happens for the highest good, whether we see it at that time or not. So allow the new energy to come in. Let those old things fall away if you know it no longer serves you or it's not worth hanging on to. And you'll know deep down if you really ask yourself and be really honest with yourself, you'll know. And that new start will start coming in. And it's not always in the way that we think it will. So remember not to close your view in a box. Think outside the box. This has been a very, very strong message in the past couple of readings I've had for my daily cards. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. It's interesting, these two cards are new moons. But this really speaks to me in volumes. When we go about our daily lives in a perspective of the 3D reality, meaning we don't always look at things from a perspective of love. Now, I'm not saying you have to go around riding on unicorns and smiling and going, oh, love, 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 all over the place, and and be fake about it. Don't be fake about it. Be true to yourself. Be authentic. But when you go into something, maybe a situation you can't change, like let's say a job, for example. If you go to a job, hate and I hate this job sucks, and everybody sucks, and the guests are horrible, like for my job example. Everything just, it won't turn out right. I just really, really hate this place. Well, you're going to get what you put out. Basically meaning you're going to get those negative negative vibes back. You're going to get those negative experiences. You're going to get those people that are nasty to you. You're going to get coworkers that are abrasive, even in the minor ways. Things might not go just as right. And I'm not saying everything is going to be perfect, but when you come from a place of thinking maybe, let's see what I can do to bring value to this job today, whether you like it or not, but think of it in a way, how can you bring value to people's lives? Even if it's just one person at a time. And I've been doing this with guests lately, and I've noticed a real change. Most of the guests are actually being a lot more positive. I haven't encountered as many negative people. And, you always get something. I mean, it's just, how things are. You can't change people. They have to want to change their own attitude. But when you change your perspective from within, once again, it'll actually change the outer reality. It's so important to remember this. Even when we don't feel it, practice it anyway. Because you'll go into that situation, even if it's not your ideal place you want to be at, but things will come to you a little bit better. The flow will be there. And it might even open an opportunity to where you can go to a better job in this example, or things could get better. And when you set the intention to bring value to people's lives, you never know whose life you might be touching in a positive way, and maybe in a life-changing way. So remember that. So always bring love into the situation. Try to understand people to the point where They all have their own story like we do. And we never know what their full story is. So remembering that and coming from a place of love, while protecting ourselves. It doesn't mean we have to subject ourselves to any uh, abusive situations, but just at least be a little understanding and acknowledge, okay, that person is going through their thing right now. I'll go my way, but send them love anyway. So, and the last card, I kind of like it. It's a little exciting. Um, is be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Now, I really like this because now that we're doing all the work and we're finishing a lot of inner work for now is the time to take that leap of faith. If there's a job you've been wanting to do, or maybe an online project you've been wanting to get into, or a business you want to start, now is the time to do it. The energy is good for it. It's a time to build. It's kind of like the Taurus personality. They like to create. They like to build things. Things are solid and foundational. Excuse me. And it's really, really important to take this leap of faith now while things are in the flow. And also, it could also mean relationships. It could mean, like, let's say you've been liking someone from afar, but you've been afraid to say anything. Well, you could either stay in a state of looking from afar and not saying anything, or at least not saying hello to them, or getting to know them as a person, as a friend. How are you going to know what could happen? Now, every situation is different, so you'll know what's the right decision or not. But for those decisions that are aligned, um, take a leap of faith. Say hi to that person. It might not even be a romantic thing. It might be a friend you want to get to know. It might be like a coworker you find really interesting because they have this unique perspective on life, or they're funny, or they bring real value to the workplace. Or it could be someone you can learn from and learn a new skill from. Whatever it is, take that chance. Get to know someone, and you might become the best of friends, and you never thought you would have. And this could mean so many things. These are just a couple examples to give you an idea, but only you know what your situation is and what it's talking about. And as I always say, it's always the first thing that comes to mind. That's what it's referring to. So be bold, be courageous, step out onto faith and do it. A worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. And sometimes we have to accept that. But if there's a lesson we can learn from it, then it's not a loss. It's just lessons that we learn. So that is the card reading for today and this week. And it's pretty exciting. Always protect your energy. Always protect yourself. Don't get yourself into any precarious situations, of course. Because when I read this is just a general reading. This is not permission to say, oh, go out and don't think of the consequences. Obviously, be responsible with your actions. But also, with that being said, sometimes you need to face fear. Sometimes you need to, and me included, when I say you, that includes me. Sometimes you have to do it afraid. Because if you stay where you are and you don't grow, you stay stuck. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to grow and evolve and bring love to others and take chances. And this is the prime time to do it. Because new beginnings are coming in, new energy is coming in, and it's going to accelerate till the end of the year. And 2020 is going to be quite phenomenal. It's a new chapter in the century. So take heart, know that it's safe to do these things, and see what you can bring to the world, because you have a light within you that needs to shine. So thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate your love, your support, your messages. You've all been so awesome. And if you're new, feel free to click like and subscribe. I would love to have you in our community. And stay tuned. I got a cool little video tomorrow. It's a little bit different, but be on the lookout for that. And until the next time, to know thyself is to know the truth. Namaste. Timmy is walking around meowing like crazy and acting all crazy. The energies are alive. Yep, see him right there. Yeah, a very Well, at least he waited until I finished my sentence. I really appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Oh, yes! I love this so much. Timmy! Hey! It's not easy being a fur mom.